Hey everyone, welcome back to another installment of Countercast. I'm your host, Playmaker, and I'm joined by Grim. This week we're going to talk about watching anime weekly versus binging it all at once. Before we get into that, hit it.
Sure.
Okay, so Grim, how do you watch your anime?
Damn. Uh, I watch my anime mostly in the weekly format, basically. I'm more weekly.
Okay. Do you have a reason for doing that, or you just they come out weekly, you want to watch all as soon as possible?
My main reason for watching it weekly is more so it just gives me something to look forward to throughout the week. Usually, when I binge watch anime or anything like that, it's just something that you do and then it's pretty much over with for me. And then usually, like when it comes to anime, once you finish a season, it's not always guaranteed that a next season is going to come out. So, so for some animes, if you binge watch it and it's like a good one and then it's over, well, it's over and all that. So I just choose weekly just because with my schedule and how I operate, it just gives me something to look forward to.
All right, all right. I mean, I can see that. I can understand that. I prefer I prefer to watch it by binging it all at once because I don't know why, but following multiple animes weekly, it becomes such a hassle for me. You know, you got to remember each episode, the plot lines, all that every week comes out at a different time. Like, oh, this week in Classmate Elite, oh, I remember last week he fought that guy. Now I got to remember why he fought that guy. We're getting a flashback this episode and all that stuff. And if I just watch it all at once, I feel like it's easier. Well, no, it's definitely easier because I just saw it. But
Hmm.
watching it all at once, it kind of, it flows better for me. All these shows feel like a good 3 or 4 hour movie when I'm binging it all versus 30 minute, no 20-minute bites every week. But huh,
I mean, it certainly depends. For me, I never really have that issue where it's hard for me to follow along with different plot lines and stuff like that. For the most part, it would just has to happen that no, scratch that. It just depends on the series. So, for example, using your example of Classroom of the Elite, while I do watch it weekly, I would say I prefer binge watching it just because Classroom of Elite is just a series that there's just so much going on.
yeah. And it seems like every episode leaves you on your toes. So it's like, ooh, wait up for next week. And then you're waiting. And then the week feels so much longer because you're waiting for the next episode. At least that's how it's like season 1 and 2 felt. I haven't started season 3 for obvious
Well,
reasons.
but I mean, Classroom of Elite is just a show that its pace is just very slow, anyways. It's just,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But the pacing kind of works for the kind of story it is because you know it's not slow like what's the anime for ridiculous slow pacing. Uh, oh, I remember. Ooh, Vinland Saga. That has a ridiculously slow pacing for me. I'm like,
mhm,
it took so long for stuff to happen. Or even Hitman Reborn. Oh,
mhm.
Hitman Reborn. That anime pacing is ooh, ooh, crazy. But
Okay.
you know, I don't think pacing is what really factors into it for me. Like I said, when I binge watch a show, it's because I want to be able to just consume it all at once. Plus, the way my schedule works, I end up having some days where I have no time, other days where I have just a whole day free. I'm like, all right, I have about 6 hours. I can just binge a whole anime. Here we go, and kind of just works out there versus waiting weekly. Because I could also just, you know, watch all the new episodes on Saturday, but I don't really feel like it.
I mean, when it comes down to it, with the difference in between that, it does really depend on the show as well. Shows that, because I will say most of the stuff I binge watch is backlog shows that drop in a season that I may not be interested or want to have in my weekly lineup. So it's just something backlog. If there's a kind of mid season, then I'll binge watch it during that season.
Okay, what kind of
But
shows do you have in your backlog right now?
none.
Really?
I manage any show that I was interest. Well, yeah, none. I pretty much managed to watch the shows that I wanted to watch in the backlog.
Uh, damn.
So it's not.
I, you're a better man
So,
than me.
but I'll
I'm
give an
like,
example. I'll give an example. So, Eminence of Shadow. It was in my backlog. I was able to finish both season 1 and 2.
you
But
finished
that,
season two?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
season 2 is just, compared to season 1. Season 2 is just 12 episodes. So that's that's a quicker rundown.
Yeah,
But I would say when it came down to it, season 1, when binge watching Eminence in Shadow, or Eminence of Shadow, Eminence in Shadow or Eminence of Shadow. I think it's of.
Eminence
I think it's
in
of.
in
In.
yeah.
Okay. When watching that show, season 1 was a pretty good watch when I binged it, and season 2 was decent. But what I found happening with myself was there was about maybe 3 or 4 episodes that, I'll be honest, I didn't really pay attention to,
Season two
especially
or one,
both.
bro. I totally agree. There were episodes of season one where I could not care what was going on, and I would just tune out until the next episode came on. Ooh, what
Hmm.
you know what episode I'm talking about, bruh? When he was doing that thing with the tournament, not even the tournament, the ritual. I think is what it was, right? I can't remember because I wasn't watching.
Hmm.
The ritual where they had to summon a warrior from the past and then they had to fight. So the episode where he fought the warrior, amazing. Episode after where he's like trying to get away and the door is following him, he's like, I don't want to forget into the door. And then he goes into the door. Him talking to that girl, that shit was boring, man. Going through the past, going through the like, it was more interesting on the other side because of his underlings and the
Shadow Garden and
Shadow
the.
Garden and their little hostage dude was going through
Mhm.
there. That was interesting because you could see all the stuff. But his side, bro, I was like, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, please. Just move on. I totally
Yeah.
agree, bro. Like some episodes just was not hitting.
So when it comes to binge watching, I feel like with some shows, they have to be very specific, at least for me, just because what I see or tend to notice with myself is once I get into it, if it's kind of like repetitive, or the pacing is maybe slow, or it just feels so similar and nothing really new happens, I just fall asleep. And I'll just be start an episode, fall asleep, and then still be in that episode and be like, "Oh, okay, let's just keep moving on."
Yo,
That
yo,
leg
I
that happens to me when I binge watch. The only shows that don't happen are shows like Classroom of Elite, that it has a lot going on, and there are cliffhangers, so you want to get into the next episode as quickly as possible. and then shows that just have a pretty good premise.
Mm, mm.
But yeah, I mean, every show is gonna have that slow or that crawl moment, but for some, like I'd be passing out. So
That's
that's why I
that's
enjoy
insane.
the weekly.
That's insane. This man attention span is shocked.
Mine?
Yes, bro. Like, you can't even
How?
stay up for a 20-minute episode. I wish you run that, bro. Some episodes be knocking me out. Like, ooh,
Like it's not
dog.
my fault.
Yo, shout out. No, it's not even a shout out, bro. Near Automata, that anime, I really fuck with it. I really do. But
Hmm.
man, I cannot watch more than one or two episodes at a time because I just be falling asleep. And I don't understand. These characters actually interest me. The story interests me. I like the games. I like all the multiple endings and how they're all telling the stories. But dude, I just
It's
can't.
the pacing, man.
Yes, the pacing is horrendous, which is crazy, right? This is like a 30-hour game compressed into a 12-episode anime. So how would the pacing be bad? I don't
I
know. I
I
don't know.
don't know.
But on the flip side, Shangri-La Frontier, bro, I've never been more locked in when I watch an
Mm,
anime.
I
I'm
would say
engaged. I'm never falling asleep. Even when that one episode, I'm sorry to cut you off, but that one episode where that not mouse, the rabbit guy is just 5 minutes of him beating a sword and singing a song. That was like the worst for me. I'm like, dog, this shit is boring. The song kind of fine, but dude, shut the fuck up and just finish this damn song.
damn. I
No,
would
no, that's
say
my guy. That's my guy. That's my guy. He's a goat. The leader is a goat. But dude, that did not need to be 5 minutes, man. That did not need to be 5 minutes. Even so, Rocky was like, you know,
I messed with it. But I would say for that show, I could never binge watch it. I would fall asleep.
really. I mean, I
There's
don't
just
binge.
there's
Actually,
just too many slow aspects in there.
I do kind of go against what I said earlier. I don't only binge watch. I am watching that weekly, but that's because I like it that much. Usually when I watch a show weekly, I have to either like it that much or they got to be dubbed. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not watching a sub show weekly, right? Like, I want to be able to watch the show and sit down and like just enjoy myself. So there has to be dubbed. And luckily for Shangri-La Frontier, there is a dub. It's only 2 episodes behind the sub, so it's not too bad of a wait if you're just waiting.
Hmm.
But you know, that's kind of my thought process on it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say that show is just very good show, but it's a weekly watch for me. I couldn't dub it. I couldn't binge it at all. Uh, I'd fall asleep. Like I wouldn't even lie. You know when you already saw it, but you know when he fought the wolf,
Yeah, that was
I fell
like
asleep.
early on. Really?
I fell asleep through that.
You fell asleep during the action scene? All right, maybe
Yeah,
I was joking earlier. Maybe your attention span is chopped because that is crazy.
no, my attention span is like pretty good. Like it started and then kind of midway I dozed off and then I woke up and I was like, "Oh, good, it's still going." And then I was like, "Okay." So
Let me lock in.
I got the gist of it. He lost to it and he got the
You got cursed.
cursed with those marks that is on him and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I get the gist of it. So,
hmm That's kind of
but
another thing there too. Like, ugh, man, getting the gist of the episode is kind of the point of like binging. Like, you binge and there's boring ass episodes. Whoo, I ain't gonna lie. I hit the little skip through. I seek through that bitch. See, like, look at the timer. Like, what's going on here? 10 minutes in, they're still having this conversation. They're still talking
mhm,
about this. They're still okay. Okay, I get the gist. I get it. Because I ain't gonna lie. My thought process is if you're gonna recall the show later on anyway, you're not gonna call it one to one. Why watch the conversations I'm gonna forget anyway?
okay, I get you.
But
Yeah,
I
I
feel
don't.
like I'm doing it in service because like people put their effort into it to like, you know, watch. Like they didn't just put this in here for no reason. But a lot of the time it's like, man, these niggas just be talking and talking and talking.
The talking, it depends. If you're in a series where there needs to the monologue and dialogue is very important to the world building of the series, then if you
No.
are interested in the world building, then you'll probably stay awake to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like look at Freyrin. There's a lot of talking in that show. In fact, most of it is just dialogue. You know, they talk, they go explore their world, and it's all engaging because it's actually interesting what they're doing. But then you
Hmm.
get shows like what's the show where they just be talking? No, I can't use this as an example, but I'm going to. The Monogatari series. Now, that series, dialogue is like 90% of the show. All right.
Okay.
You get action 10% of the time. And I ain't gonna lie, there are episodes where they literally just talk about nothing. Like, they have nothing to do with the plot, nothing to
Hmm.
do with the story. These are just two characters having a conversation that lasts 20 minutes. And then at the end of it, you're like, what just happened? That was the episode? What's going on? Right? And that's
Yeah.
a good bit of the show, right? And then the plot, they sneak the plot in and like throw away comments here or there or a flashback and like,
Hmm.
okay, I see what's going on now. So you have to sort of pay attention, and I hate that. They trick you to pay attention by just sprinkling in the plot while the other 90% of the episode is just like there's an episode with
Trash.
I would say trash. You have to be because sometimes that shit is fun. Of course, it is only sub, so you have to read fast too because these guys talk fast because it's a conversation. It's not just
Hmm.
dialogue, right? So you're like, there's like, okay, I'm explaining it horribly. Not really. I just didn't get to explain it. There's an episode where the main character and a girl are just literally walking around the park, right? Every
Hmm.
shot is of them on like a swing, a seesaw, is it a merry-go-round?
Hmm.
Yeah, a merry-go-round or just walking, and that's the whole episode. You're just like, oh,
Are they in
okay.
love?
Um, I'm trying to remember. Yes, it ends up being his girlfriend. So yeah,
Fair enough. At least there's a purpose to that.
yeah, true, true. The dialogue develops the characters, right? It doesn't advance the plot, but it does develop the characters. You're like, oh, this is the kind of person they are. They like cracking jokes. They like doing this.
Mm.
When you love visual puns or verbal puns, blah blah blah. Which is kind of why the show is really hard to dub because the dialogue is so heavily important into what they say. But man,
I
but
mean,
that
I would say it depends. Where when with the topic of binging or watching weekly, I think the factors depend on, of course, work schedule and how you go about your life. But I also do think the factors are like friend group and probably community, or as well like what type of series it is. Like for example, if I'm being honest, I do not think anybody will ever binge watch JJK or Demon Slayer. I think it's just too risky. First off, it's just
hey
too risky,
hey
and
hey, I'd like to raise my hand.
nah, you swine. What? You what?
I binge watch both of them shows. Now, unless you mean like you're going on like avoiding spoilers or whatever, right? Or just because the show's that good. Either way, I binge watch both both of them shows
That's crazy.
this year. No, not this year. In 2020, I watched them both. Look, I love Demon Slayer and JJK. Okay, JJK, I've kind of binge watched it in two sessions. Like I binge watched the Hidden Inventory arc, and then I let the Shibuya arc finish. I watched it all in one night. That shit was good. Same for Demon Slayer. I let it all finish. I watched it all in one day. It was so good. So
That's great.
I'm sorry to
That's great.
nullify your statement immediately, bro. But like, hey, I can binge watch those kinds of shows. But then again, I'm also privy to the story because I read the manga for both of those shows, so maybe that's why I don't really care that much. But
So then you binge watching Frieren?
yeah, yeah, actually, I've only watched up to episode 3, and I'm like, I'll just wait till it ends and watch it all.
That's disgusting. That's a
Hey,
weekly
man,
show.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
That's a weekly show for
whoa,
me.
whoa, whoa! Don't yuck my yum, okay? All right. If
You're
I enjoy watching a show all at once, let me do that in peace. I'm not coming at you for watching a show weekly.
yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm letting you do you, bruh. If you enjoy it, more power to you. All right.
Okay, fine. Then I'll be the antagonist. Nah, nigga, you wrong.
How am I wrong
You you
for
you
enjoying the show?
wrong.
At the end of the day, I'm watching them both legally, right? If I'm pirating them, I can see why you're like, oh, you're scum, you're a scoundrel. But I'm watching them legally. I'm using Crunchyroll. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the show with you. I know how
No, you're
crazy.
not. No,
Yes,
you're
I
not.
am.
No,
Yes, I
you're not.
am. Yes, I
Here I
am.
am. Here I am. The week where what you would call no, no. I know you crazy. I know you crazy because let's not forget that episode of JJK when we saw what happened to Nobra. Who was the person who mentioned it to me?
Because the time I was going crazy. I
And
know what
oh,
happened. I read the
oh,
manga.
the timeline was going crazy.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
but weren't you the one who, in great detail, said how they did her dirty visually?
Because I was like, all right,
The
bro.
timeline was
No, no,
going.
no, no, no. Let me
Mm,
explain myself. The
oh,
time
okay.
I was going crazy, so I was like,
Yeah.
let me watch
Okay.
the last 5 minutes of the episode and see exactly what they talking about. I saw it. I reacted. I was emotional. Okay, I was emotional. I'll admit, I probably should have held it to myself, but I had to talk to someone who knew what we was going through. Right? You're a fellow manga reader. You know how I feel.
So as you can see, there's that community aspect because the timeline was going crazy. If the timeline wasn't going crazy, you ain't gonna say anything.
Okay, yeah, right. I'll give you that. No, no, no,
So
no, 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 no. You cooked. I'll give you that. Watching it weekly is better for the community aspect because everyone else is mostly watching it weekly. Every episode, every week, you have something to discuss. The
like
forums go crazy.
for
Reddit,
for
Twitter,
example,
Instagram, all goes crazy.
right now we are in season 2 of Mashal and it's cooking. I bet this nigga ain't even touched one episode. Am I wrong?
Get out of here.
Am I wrong?
Get out of here. Why am I being attacked for my preference of watching a show?
Am I wrong? Hold on. If we talk about the timeline cooking, wasn't the timeline cooking for the season 2 opening?
Oh yeah, they were.
Why ain't you ain't mention anything about that?
First off, watching the opening is not watching the show. Okay, they upload they upload the opening individually on Crunchyroll all the time. What are you talking about here? I'll get to
But
watching the show when I get there.
um, si- when all the hype died down.
Okay, I'm not. Look, look, look. I don't know why you're coming from me because it's not like you're in the forums. It's not like you're on Twitter. It's not like you're on Reddit
No,
talking about these
I
shows. I
I'm
don't
not,
care. I
but
don't
I'm in the
care.
comments section. I'm on
You're reading
YouTube.
them. You're reading them.
Exactly.
You're not
That's
talking. You're
that's
not typing.
community.
Whoa,
That is
whoa, whoa,
also
whoa. The comment
community.
section will be there in about 3 months when the show's done, and I'm watching it.
But
Right?
it's not the same.
It's not
It's
the
not.
same. Of
You, what you
course,
gonna see?
it's not
You
the same.
what you gonna see is 21 days ago. That's what you go.
Okay.
That's what I'm seeing hours ago, minutes ago. It's
Whatever,
different.
bro.
It's just
Whatever.
different.
And you know what? You know what? In the 3 months, I'll be there, and you'll be there too. I'm like, yo, bro.
Nah, I'll be in
Yes.
the new series, bro. I'll be in the new season, bro.
Yeah, but we'll still be talking about Basham. Ain't that what's happening, bro? We just talked
Nah,
about Evidence in Shadow, and that bid finished. Huh?
nah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
but
but
that doesn't
it was like it
count.
was new to us. It was new
That
to us.
that didn't count because I binge watched.
So,
So
so did I.
I okay. So it's just something we binge watched. So
And
I'm
you
there
know what?
with you, but I'm
JJK,
talking
JJK. When I binge watched it all at once, and then we talked about it the next day. Hmm?
that never happened, sir.
Yeah, okay.
That never happened. What are you talking about?
We talked about it like a little bit after I finished it, bruh. I was like, oh yeah, bro, they cooked. They cooked.
They cooked in that that kitchen. Let me stop.
Back in the malevolent kitchen, bro.
Yeah, they
They
cooked
cooked.
there. But in terms of the weekly, I mean, there are just some shows that I just enjoy watching it weekly. Like
Okay, how about this? Long running shonen like Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, weekly or binge.
weekly. There is no
You want
point to. There is literally no point to. Um, I will say this: if you're starting it,
well,
because
no. The
again,
point that starting it is irrelevant because all these shows are done. Like you're gonna binge regardless. If you're trying to get into any
yeah,
of these
that's
shows,
what I'm
you're
saying.
binging.
It doesn't matter.
I'm saying at the time, like One Piece, we're both caught up. You don't even watch the anime, right? I don't even watch the anime. I watched what
Our
it like
reasons
hype
are
home.
we're different. Our reasons are different.
There's always an exception, huh? Right? For something, there's always an exception for somebody.
I guess. Like I don't watch it just because they're very inconsistent with their animation. Not like on a bad thing. It's just every week
Oh,
they bring in like new directors and stuff like that. So some weeks you may have a gas week. The only you have a gas week when it's like a very important moment in the manga. That's when you know they cook it. And then for every other week it's just like whatever you have left over, I guess enjoy it.
that's true. I don't really watch it because the pacing is just ridiculous.
So that, but if we go back to the topic of the shonen, I would say if it's a ongoing, then no, because all of them are very into it. At the end of the day, people are gonna binge watch in order to get after you get through the first few episodes. If you like it, you're binge watching, and then once you catch up, it's just gonna be you're most likely gonna stay weekly.
Oh yeah, you have no other choice.
Yeah, you really don't have
However,
like okay.
I
Here's a
have
good
a hold
example.
up, hold up.
Bleach.
I have a perfect example. My coworker, that boy. I was like, "Yo, you watch One Piece?" He's like, "Yeah, I watch One Piece, but I'm letting it stack up so I can binge it all."
Ew,
Right? He's in
disgusting.
Wano. He's in Wano, and he's like, "Let me just chill. I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna let it stack up because some people like just knocking stuff out in one sitting versus waiting week to week. Not in one sitting because you can't really watch all of One Piece in one sitting. But you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Say your
No.
example.
No, bro. If you're gonna do that, read the manga at least. Uh,
Ain't
Jesus.
nobody reading all that.
Anyways, my
What's that? What's
example.
that, bruh? I can't believe you telling me to read the One Piece manga when there's that one meme with Sabo. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about, bruh. I ain't reading all that shit, bruh.
Oh, okay. With
We
Bleach,
at Countercast do not promote illiteracy, but
we
it's
are
just pretty.
illiterate.
No, 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 no.
We don't promote it, but we are.
What do you mean? You read manga. You literally read manga. I read manga. It's just One Piece is very wordy. Same thing with what you call it? Hunter x Hunter. Like, dude, bruh. It's just
Mm,
walls of text.
we don't get into all that. It's not worth it.
It's
But
not. But go on.
Bleach, Bleach
Hmm.
came back for
Yes,
the
sir.
1,000 year blood
Guess who hasn't
war.
seen a single episode? Your boy, waiting for it all to finish. That's right. I was wait 2 years for the anime to finish before I watch that shit.
Oh, the comments, the comments, 2 years.
Bro,
Time flies, man.
first off, what you mean the comments? I've learned my lesson. I'm never reading a comment section again of a show I'm watching. Them shits be filled with spoilers. They do not care.
you're in the wrong place. Some of these comments, nah, I can't lie.
Oh, I can't lie. Speaking of fucking spoilers, man. We all know they don't care. Cause like, all right, bruh. All these anime onlys knowing what "Nah, I'd win" means. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Ah,
Like,
ignorance is bliss, I
it
guess.
is when it comes to watching animes. A lot of the times, you ever okay? I'm sorry we're getting off topic here because you want to get into that bleach point. But put a pin in that. You ever have a moment? No, you don't because you because you watch your shit weekly. But I'm gonna describe this to you, man. Watching a show, and I'm actually this is a
You
downside
know
for
the
binging. This is
no
a
no you
downside for
know
binging, but
you know what it feels like to binge. It's like, damn, I was gonna say something rated R, but let me
let's
chill a
stop.
little.
Chill
Let,
out, chill
let,
out, chill out, chill out, chill out, chill out.
let me chill out a little because that's too spicy. What I might say.
You're
So
wrong. You're wrong.
the
Anyways,
w-
I was gonna say,
okay, you know what it's like.
no,
It,
man.
it's like it's like you play a let's say you playing a basketball game, you on a roll, right? You hitting shots, you crossing niggas stumbling, the bad bitches looking at you. It's a pool party, you having fun, you hype shit, you got hype fights, hype OPs, hype OSTs, bro. This shit fun. And then the game is close. You hit that tight game winner. You feeling yourself. You pointing to your wrist like it's game time. And then 10 days later, you move on. It's like, it was something. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me the shows you binge watch. After if the good ones that you binge watch, after a few days, you're like, all right, I'm next. Next. Am I wrong? Why you quiet, bro?
Because I'm thinking, I'm trying to formulate a response to that because you're not exactly wrong, but I'm trying to say it's not even that's not bad because you
Like
get the
for me,
exact same feeling at the final week of the final episode. Like,
nah,
no,
bro.
no, no,
For
no, no, let me cook, let me
nah.
cook, let me cook.
Okay,
Watching it
okay.
weekly is like watching your team make it to the playoffs. You know, you get through round one, through round two, through round three, and then
Eh,
finally you make the finals, and then and then that's it. You just made the finals. You don't win. You don't get nothing because after that you're just like on to the next season, right? You don't even care if your team made the finals anymore. You're like I'm already rooting for the next team. I don't care. And you know what's even worse? That anime don't get a season two, right? So you're just sitting there like that's like you just got knocked out
Nah,
round three.
nah, nah. But that's a we went to the finals and won. That series went to the finals and won.
You still get a season two.
If you could watch it from episode 1 to episode 12 weekly, it won. It went to the finals. It did its job.
No,
It
no,
got its trophy.
it did not win the finals, bro. Because you forget about it next week when the new season starts.
Okay, okay.
You don't even get a
So
time to sit there and be like,
so let me ask this: you gonna be forgetting about JJK season 2 anytime soon?
yes, when season three comes out,
Cap.
obviously, obviously by
Cap.
forget, I know what you mean. Oh, forget completely. No, you're not gonna forget completely because that's an
You
impactful, good series. It has a
exactly
continuation, so every
just like
season is
a
gonna
good
keep
run.
reminding you of the last season. But like, let me think of an anime, bro. Um, that damn, I forgot what it's called. That one anime about the guy who got reincarnated because his dad was a cult leader and he was sacrificed for his god. Remember that?
Oh, the
But
godless.
when's the last time you thought about that? Hmm? When's the last time you thought
Yes,
about it?
yesterday actually.
Cap, cap,
Cap.
cap.
How
I
you
know
gonna
you
tell me?
because
How
I
you
read
go?
your mind, bro. I read your. I know you
No,
lying.
Cap.
You lying for the
Cap.
pod. You lying
What?
just for the pod to make me look wrong.
Wow, blasphemy. Blasphemy. I was literally thinking about it yesterday and I was like, damn, bro. What are the new ways that they could really gain some new followers, bro? Like,
Why would you think about that? Okay, fine.
because
Plus,
I won that season too.
man. All right, fine. Let's take another example. If you want to be so technical, like, oh yeah, I thought about that one. What's another anime that went crazy that no one talks? It has to be a good anime too.
Like, okay, come on. You gonna tell me you wasn't thinking about Konosuba season 3?
Because it got announced and I was
Nah,
excited. Let's Go
nah.
to Sumo is a good show. Maybe the good
Okay,
shows is a bad example.
okay.
But that's
It
that's different. That's just
it
fine.
went to the finals.
Hold
It
up, hold
went
up.
to the final 2 times and won their ring. And you thinking, you're like, "Damn, bro, it's kinda too long." We
But wait,
really
wait, wait, wait. That just nullifies your point because I binged watched that and I still think about it. All right. So
No, you
what?
didn't.
Yes, I
Cap.
did.
Now you capping
On
for
my
the pod.
cap. I just said
What?
I thought about it when the season 3 was announced.
Damn, we're at a standstill here.
I'm gonna stand still because what you saying actually now I think about it don't even make sense. You
How?
telling me you watch a show weekly, you thinking about that show for the rest of your life? Hmm?
I didn't say rest of the life. I
So
said
how am
soon.
I how am I looked at as weird or bad if I'm binging a show and then for the next 10 days I'm like, yeah, that show's amazing. That show's amazing. And then 11th day hits on to the next. How's that bad? I'm still experiencing the show. I still love the show. And if the show's really good, I'm thinking about it years later.
Really? Name one show you binge watch that you thought years later.
Is this a zombie heavy object? I almost said the wrong one. High School of the Dead.
I
Because I like zombies, bro. Zombie shit is
I know
amazing
you
to me.
capping, bro. I
I'm
know
not
you can't.
capping. I'm not capping. Me and my homeboy, another one of my friends, bro. We were just talking about is this a zombie? All right. I would call him to prove to you right now, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna spoil something like that. But shows like that, I'm still thinking about.
So you ain't thinking about
I'm thinking
hi-
about
high
what's
school
it called?
DxD?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Nah, nah,
That remains to be said. If I'm thinking about it, that's
no.
between me and my thoughts. All right. Don't worry about what
Okay,
I'm thinking about. But I'm
okay.
thinking about, you know what? And I'm literally always thinking about because I love it that much. A certain magical index, right? And you can literally go into your DMs and look at that text I texted you about that show. I love that show. I binged it, and I'm still thinking about it because it's that good. So to nullify your point, if it's good enough, I'm always gonna think about it.
Alright,
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
alright.
Oh, you know you got a nigga with a all right, bruh. You won. You wanted to win so bad, you got it. Yeah. Yeah.
I still believe that weekly in a way is like superior, but
What do you mean superior, bro? There's no inferior or superior. It's
nah,
just a preference.
I feel like they're superior, you know, when I'm just caught up. Like
Okay.
I'm not
Yes.
behind, right?
I'm
Like I gotta
look, look. All right. I will give you this. Watching it weekly has more upside than watching it than binging it. Right? You watch it weekly, you have the community behind you because you can talk about it in the comments, which we don't do. I know you just read them shits. You don't be talking about it in the comments, but whatever.
yes, I do.
you just you just read the comments. You got all the
Mhm.
people thinking about it at the same time. The timeline's going crazy. You got oh yeah, the episode's going mad. So you have something to talk about. And if you binge it, you got all you don't have that. And also
Mhm.
when you binge it, you have the worry of getting spoiled. However, there's two things about that. Actually, one thing.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So what now? Hmm? What now is your superior way of watching anime?
It's just different.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Now it's just a different. I thought it was superior, but okay.
Either way, I would say, you know, it just depends. Really, I mean, when it comes down to it, it just depends on the show. Uh, no matter how the banter that we put on, it just comes down on the show.
He's not
I
wrong.
think
He's not wrong. Really,
some
it's
shows,
it's
it's
like the
just
show by
better to
show.
watch weekly than binge watching it, just because how it's paced and how they go about things. And other shows, it's just better to just binge it and then just get it over with.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I say it, but like If I were to pick one, I would say
Well, we
the
know your choice.
while I do watch Delicious in Dungeon weekly, I would say that's a good show to binge watch.
Thank you, because I haven't even watched a single episode.
Oh my god.
I'm stuck in my ways. Okay, to give credit where credit's due, it's really not like a set rule for me that whatever anime comes out, I'm going to binge. I'm going to watch weekly. It's it just really, like you said, depends on the show. Um, Mashal season one, I ended up watching that weekly.
That was the
Right?
only choice. That was
Mm,
the correct choice.
okay, man.
See, and then season 2 you're binge watching and it's just like
Because
unbelievable.
I'm like, I got other stuff to watch. You said you got stuff in your backlog. My backlog is so full. That's not full, it's like infinite, but my backlog has so much I can have. I always have something I can watch. Okay, I can always watch something. I don't have to rely on a weekly show to get my entertainment. Right? I'm still watching, even though Near puts me to sleep. I'm still watching that. You know, well, High Card kind of. That got a
It's
season two.
mid. Yeah,
Did you watch
mid.
it? How do you
No,
know?
because I didn't even finish season 1 and that was a week to week. Couldn't even finish it.
It
And I
got
don't
season
even
two.
and I didn't even want to binge watch it. I'm going to fall asleep
Yo,
during that show.
what's that was called? Dead Man Death Play. What did you do? Oh, you binge
Death
watched all of season one to catch up season two, didn't you?
Death played the dude that got reincarnated.
Reincarnated from the fantasy world into our world? Yeah.
That was weekly, my guy.
No, you did not watch that weekly,
Yes,
bruh.
I
I
did. Yes, I
season
did.
one? You watched season one weekly?
Yes, I did.
No way.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I know you're right. 'Cause I put you on. I remember that. I put you on.
Cap. No, you
Yes,
didn't.
yes, yes, I
Cap.
did. What
Oh,
what is up?
here
What is
goes
up with
niggas.
people?
Here goes niggas talking about I put you on. I put you. No, you didn't, bro.
Yes, I
How you
did.
go? No, no, you didn't.
Bro,
No,
why are you so defensive about me putting you on?
because you didn't. That is
Bruh.
not when the shows that you put me on. I give you the credit, and this
Okay.
was not one of them.
Yes, you okay. When did you start watching it? The day it came out?
Yes,
That's cap.
that's
I
not
remember
cat.
I remember like, yo, this show looks good. You're like, all right, I'll check it out. You don't remember
No,
that?
no. Oh
Oh my
my,
god.
that
Whatever.
biggest cap.
You so afraid of being put on, you expunge it from your memory. That's fine.
That's not even true because the shows that you do put me on, I give you the credit. But this was not one of them. Just accept the fact. I
Bro,
I was there first.
you weren't, bro.
I was
This
there
is the
first.
kind of show you would throw away
Cap. How?
because
My name is
it starts
Brim.
off.
Okay, enough said. Like enough said. I will say though, the part 2 of season 1, that one I did binge watch.
Oh,
Only reason though,
oh, I thought you were too good for that, Mister Superior. I thought it was the only correct
hey,
answer was
pipe
watching it
down.
weekly.
Pipe down, bro. Pipe down. Relax.
What?
Only reason why was I forgot that it went back in um October. And the reason why, because I I was able to watch the last 2 episodes weekly. So I'm in the clear. Come on now. I remembered early enough before it actually finished. So I didn't fully binge watch the second part of season 1.
This
I
man, this man,
it
30-year-old trying to cap, bro. It's
How
crazy,
am I capping when it's the truth? You
man,
didn't put me on.
bro. Alright, fine. We'll say I didn't put you on. If that
That's the
make Let me
fact.
stop. Let me stop. I'm not gonna drag that. But fine. Maybe I'm misremembering. That's always a possibility.
Like for example, like usually I be the one putting you on or talking about new ones,
Okay.
and that's the truth. The Isekai Cheat one where you didn't watch that one, but I was the one talking about it.
All right. You wanna go
Uh,
there? You wanna go there?
the
Did I
only
not put
the
you on that anime we talked about earlier with the cult god? Hmm?
no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you
I
didn't.
did put you on, bro.
No, you didn't.
I remember specifically talking about that show, and you were like, alright, I'll check it out." And then you were like, "Oh my god, yo, this show's hilarious." Bruh.
Actually, yeah, you did. You put me on that one.
Yeah.
You did
Yeah.
put me on that bag. I
I
can't lie.
remember, bro. And that was actually funny enough, a show I watched weekly because it was that funny. But, uh, I guess you know
But
what?
it was only on like the second episode or something.
Regardless, like, what? Like, what?
So
I don't care if it was 10 minutes after the episode came out. If I told you to watch it and you did, I put you on. I ain't gonna lie, you put me on a lot of shows too. All right, I'm never gonna deny this when you put me on, bro, because I care about my homies. If you
I
put, all right,
I don't deny it too. I've named shows you put me on,
all right,
but
all right. You know what? Let's just say we both put each other on. Pause.
unpause.
What? Okay. You know what? I think we can call it there. All right. Whether or not you watch a show weekly or all at once, it's really just personal preference how you like to consume your media.
It would be like this. If you like watching weekly, just know you are superior and you like talking with your friends.
You can talk with your friends. What? Whatever.
Really? Uh,
I'm talking. It's like talking to a
really?
brick wall at this point. All right, guys, we're calling it there. Countercast out.